Let's get ready to rumble!
Devin Haney, Bill Haney, petitioned to the WBO immediately not to be stripped off your 147-pound WBO strap if you accept the 144-pound catchweight to fight Shakur Stevenson. You know why? I heard the WBO President Gustavo in his recent interview with Cigar Talk, and he said that it's unlikely for Devin Haney to keep his belt if he goes out there and fights Shakur Stevenson because Keyshawn Davis is a mandatory position in the 147-pound division, but he should not be stripped. He should not be stripped. Take a listen.
Theoretically possible, but highly unlikely. It's my second year as president, but I've seen how we operate. We're consistent in our rules, the way we operate.
Did the WBO strip Manny Pacquiao of his 147-pound WBO strap when he faced Marquez in the dirt fight? Did he strip Miguel Cotto from his 147-pound strap when he faced Manny Pacquiao? And the catchweight was 145? The catchweight with Marquez and Manny Pacquiao was 144? No. So they should not strip Devin Haney if he fights Shakur Stevenson. And as a matter of fact, Shakur Stevenson should not be even thinking about Devin Haney vacating the belt, because if he fights Devin Haney at 144-pound catch weight limit, in which Devin Haney already accepted, guess what? Shakur Stevenson, you have an opportunity to campaign and fight for your 5th division world title. You have an opportunity to become a 5th division world champion by the age of 28, 29. So why would you want because he's friends with Keyshawn Davis, and he would like Keyshawn Davis to get his belt with or without a Devin Haney. And this is what I mean about the Avengers. No, Shakur, no. You should want Devin Haney to keep his belt, even at a 144-pound catchweight limit, and you have an opportunity to become a 5th division world champion. You'll be doing what Terrence Bud Crawford did his whole career by the age of 28 in terms of 5th division world champion. You'll be tying Floyd Mayweather for your 5th division world championship belt. So I think the WBO should not. If you ain't strip Cotto and you ain't strip Manny Pacquiao, you should not strip Devin the Dream Haney if he fights Shakur Stevenson at a 144-pound catchweight limit. Now, of course, I think the boxing world doesn't like too much of this catch weights and rehydration. But in the history of the sport of boxing, the most respected in the past recent era, the most respected champions have fought in catch weights. Manny Pacquiao, Canelo Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Even the fight of the year in 2025 was Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. That was a catch weight. You know what I'm saying? So as much as people like to, and I understand why people like today, especially in this era, people want to downplay the catch weight because of Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. So people would like to not give Gervonta Tank Davis the ultimate credit for beating Ryan Garcia because of the catch weight and the rehydration clause and things of that nature, right? I don't think, put it this way, me personally, I don't think that Shakur Stevenson needs to fight at 144-pound catchweight. I do think that he could go to the 147-pound division and actually campaign and actually have an opportunity to beat a Devin Haney at 147. You know what I'm saying? I believe that Devin Haney has the opportunity to also, you know what I'm saying, probably beat Shakur Stevenson. He maybe is a 55, 45, maybe Shakur Stevenson. At the end of the day, we never know what's going to happen in the sport of boxing. Devin Haney got the skills and talent to also be a Shakur Stevenson. They know each other very, very well. But I do think Shakur Stevenson has the... I think that Devin Haney will fight more. I think if somebody's going to bring the fight to somebody, I think that Devin Haney will probably bring the fight, because we're already seeing that in certain instincts that he would try to go for the knockout. He would try to hurt your opponent. He would sit down on his punches. We've seen that Jorge Linares. We've seen the fight with Brian Loman Jr. We've seen the fight with even when Ryan Garcia, even when he lost to Ryan Garcia, he still went at Ryan Garcia. Even when he was getting dropped, he stood right back up and went after Ryan Garcia. He dropped a Regis Prograis and things of that nature. The only thing, of course, people are going to remember about the Jose Ramirez, but that was, I think, to secure the bag and make sure that he's going to get the bag versus a Ryan Garcia rematch. Yeah. We also seen Shakur Stevenson. He did stand up to a William Cepeda. I mean, he stood in the middle of the ring versus Teofimo Lopez. He ain't go for the knockout thing. He had an opportunity to go and try to stop a Teofimo Lopez because he was just doing so well, and everything that he was throwing was connecting. Everything he was doing was just barely perfect. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Shakur Stevenson was in his bag. I think that he could have taken it up another notch, just like Andre Ward and Terrence Bud Crawford fell after the fight. But I don't believe that Devin Haney should be stripped. And I know in this community, there's people that hate on Devin, or for some fans of Devin the Dream Haney. They probably hate Devin Haney because Bill Haney, the best, top two managers in the sport of boxing. Him and Keith Connolly is the best managers in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Rick Majurian. Hopefully he get that work things out for Virgil Ortiz and go to board promotions, because I think that Rick Majurian, Keith Connolly number one. Rick Majurian and Bill Haney are the best managers in the sport of boxing. They're not puppets to the promoters or anything like that. And the way that Bill Haney has structured his son's career is genius. And I said this a long time ago. I said Bill Haney and Devin Haney, by the age of 32, he ain't even up there yet. It's gonna take about 5 more years to become 32, or 6 more years, right? I said that they will become one of the most powerful entities in the sport of boxing, and I still stand by my word, because Devin Haney is young. The business model that they have has been the best. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people will give credit to Jake Paul for working with this network and this promoter and this network and jump to this. Devin Haney's career has been structured that way. Their career has been that Devin Haney is in control of his career, an empowerment career, where there's a lot of fighters out there that be taken advantage of and things of that nature. Bill Haney makes sure that his son was not going to be taken advantage of in this sport of boxing, which is the gangster's playground. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. And look, he's structuring a deal. Whether he gets Shakur Stevenson or Keyshawn Davis, Devin Haney is in power position and great position. But because he's in power position and great position, that doesn't necessarily mean that he needs to go to the 144-pound division. But he's willing to go to the 144-pound division. But he should not be stripped, because in the history of the WBO, they didn't strip the Puerto Rican sensation and Miguel Cotto. They didn't strip the Philippine sensation and Manny Pacquiao. Maybe because they was bringing the money. Maybe because they had the fan base and stuff like that. Puerto Rico, Philippines, Mexico, Philippines. Will Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson bring that back? I believe so. Look at Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez in Madison Square Garden. Sold out crowd. Devin Haney had his good crowd out there versus Regis Prograis when he did his own show in Oakland. All I'm saying is, on paper, this is one of the primary fights, arguably the primary fight outside of potential Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney. Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia too. Gervonta Tank Davis still in the mix, and we know that he's still in the mix because he's tweeting back and forth with Shakur Stevenson on a burner account. And if his burner account creates more traffic and more views than people's fights, that's when you know that Gervonta Tank Davis is still the cash cow of their generation, and this side of the pond as well. You know, you attach Gervonta Tank Davis' name to any matter of fact, Gervonta Tank Davis' name is so good that Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach fought a pay-per-view event versus each other because they're linked to Gervonta Tank Davis. He's making pay-per-view stars without even fighting them. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock it. But I do believe that, yes, on paper, Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney is one of the primary top 2, top 3 fights in this side of the pond. And it could be as a lucrative one with Bill Haney and his promotional mindset. And they call Muhammad Ali a Louisville lip, right? We got to give a name to Bill Haney and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The Oakland lip or something like that. Something. You know what I'm saying? Because he got to gift the gab. And yo, he's been promoting these type of fights, igniting these fighters to fight his son. Like, look at Keyshawn Davis. Look at Shakur Stevenson. There's a back and forth between them and Bill more than them and Devin Haney. All Devin Haney has to do is go to the gym and take and just box. Bill Haney handles the promotion, the money structure, the business model. So it takes a lot of weight off his shoulder. And I don't think that these fighters understand the mental breakdown that is already being done by Bill Haney. Y'all already getting exhausted with Bill Haney while Devin Haney is training. You know what I'm saying? But I think that Bill Haney will carry the promotion if that fight comes through fruition. But I just want to, whether people like it or not, You know, with people like catchweights or not. Should Devin Haney be stripped? In my opinion, with the history of the WBO, no. If the WBO did not have that history in letting catchweights and still, look, we praise Manny Pacquiao for becoming an 8th division world champion, and we all know him versus Margarito was on the catchweight as well, and we still gave him the 8th division world champion. So Manny Pacquiao has been in catchweights, and the belt still was on the line. So hey, if they strip Devin Haney, then we're going to look at the politics of the WBO in Top Rank. And we all know that WBO has a soft spot for Bobby Arim. Shout out to Bobby Arim in Top Rank. And that's the only thing I could think of if they do strip Devin Haney. Because they would try to send a message to Turkey Al Sheikh, Ring Magazine, Sufa. If they strip Devin Haney, they will be sending a message to them, and it's not directly, it's directly going to affect Devin Haney, but this will be a message to them. So I didn't really like the answer that the Gustavo, the president of the WBO, have stated. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Paco. That is highly unlikely. He did say it's possible, but highly unlikely. Why highly unlikely? Why? No. He should not be stripped. With the history of the WBO, Devin Haney should not be stripped, and Shakur Stevenson should campaign to become a 5-division world champion. I think everything works. Everybody gonna get their sanctioning fees. You got 2 champions in 140-pound division, 147-pound division. As a matter of fact, why not both belts on the line like the WBA did when Gervonta Tank Davis fought Leo Santa Cruz? Now, of course, there is a great possible mandatory in Keyshawn Davis, an ex-world champion. Yes, I mean, we would like to see that Keyshawn Davis versus Devin Haney fight as well, but on paper and legacy-wise, Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson is bigger. And it could be bigger, if the belt is on the line. So I don't know. Shakur, you shouldn't even be tweeting that he should vacate the belt. You should want Devin Haney to keep the belt because it looks better on you to have an opportunity to become a 5-division world champion, 2-division lineal. As a matter of fact, if you beat Devin Haney, whoever wins in that fight will become a lineal champion, right? Shakur Stevenson probably for the 3rd time, Devin Haney for the 2nd time. This is a highly legacy fight if the belt is on the line. Nobody loses. The only way is just ego. It'll be the WBO battle with Sufa and them. Just like the WBC stripped Shakur Stevenson because it wasn't truly about Shakur. It was about the beef with the big honcho. Turkey out of Sheikh, my friend. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel. Punch Drunk. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.